Good morning, students. Today I am going to start with occupational structure on the eve of independence. You know what is occupation? Occupation means the way by which a human being earns his living. So, today we are going to discuss occupational structure on the eve of independence. That is, how was the occupation of our country during the time of independence. Occupational structure refers to distribution of working population. The working population of our country was basically divided into three sectors: primary, secondary, and tertiary. What is this primary sector? Primary sector includes agriculture. Okay, agriculture is the main, which is the main formation of the primary sector. Some other topics are also there, some other headings are also there. These are fisheries, forestry, labor, animal husbandry, plantation, mining, etc. So, nearly 72.7% of our population was dependent on agriculture. Now, what does this mean? This means that if we talk about agriculture, then most of our population was dependent on the agriculture sector, which is not a good sign for the development of the country, because in a developed country less people are dependent on agriculture. But in case of India, more than half of the population, 72% means more than half the population, was only dependent on the agriculture. Okay, now let's talk about secondary sector. In the secondary sector, 10% were dependent on the industry sector. Now, what are these? Small and large scale industries and building construction. So, 10% only was there in the secondary sector. Then if we talk about tertiary sector, 17.2 percentage were in tertiary sector. These are trade and commerce, transport, storage, communication, other services. So what we can say, that 72% the major portion was in agriculture, then only 10% in secondary sector, which comprised of small and large scale industries, and tertiary sectors 17.2%. Now comes the observations made from the above. So now we'll discuss the observations which we can make from the above table. The first one is agriculture was the principal source of occupation. As you can see that most of the people were engaged in agriculture, so we can say that agriculture was the main source of occupation for the people. Now, in case of America and England, only 2% of people are engaged in agriculture. But in the country like India, 72% was there. That means that we were economically backward. हमारी ग्रोथ बहुत अच्छी नहीं थी, बिकॉज इफ़ मैनी पीपल आर इन एग्रीकल्चर, दैट मीन्स कि हमारी जो ग्रोथ रेट है, अगर वो इंडस्ट्रीज़ में हमारे ज़्यादा लोग होते या हम इंडस्ट्रीज ज़्यादा डेवलप कर रहे होते तो आर इकोनॉमिकल प्रोग्रेस वुड हैव बीन मोर. बट जस्ट बिकॉज वी आर कॉन्सेंट्रेटिंग ऑन एग्रीकल्चर, द ग्रोथ कैन नेवर बी मोर. Now comes the second point: industry and insignificant source of occupation. Now, what does this mean? This means that industry was not a very good source of occupation that time. अगर हमारे बहुत सारे लोग इंडस्ट्रीज़ में इन्वॉल्व होते तब हमारा डेवलपमेंट ग्रोथ ज़्यादा होता. बट इस केस में मैनी पीपल are not involved in industries. On the eve of independence, barely 9% of the working population in India was engaged in manufacturing industries, mining, etc. It further proves how backward the Indian economy was at the time of independence. So, as you can see, that on the eve of independence, only 9% of the working population was engaged in industries. Industries means growth and development. Industries means growth and development. More the number of industries, more will be the development. But during the independence period, before the independence, very few people were engaged in industries, and that shows backwardness of the Indian economy. Indian economy was backward. Why? Because very few people were engaged in industries. Most of the people were engaged in agriculture. Agriculture was the main occupation of the people. Okay, now let's discuss the third point. The third point is unbalanced growth. What do you mean by unbalanced growth? Unbalanced growth means that all the sectors were not developing equally. When will all the sectors develop equally? When the same number of people are in agriculture, the same number of people are in industries, the same number of people are in services. But in our case, in India, what was happening before independence when we were under the British control? There was an unbalanced growth. Only agriculture sector people were there and very few people were in industries or in a service sector. So because of that, an overall development could not take place. Because of that, an overall development could not take place. Overall development can be done only when all the sectors are developing equally. So what we can conclude from the above section, that before the independence, when we were under the British rule, what was happening? Only the agriculture sector was growing. The other sectors were not given importance. People could not work. People could not reach other sectors like service sectors and territory sectors.